Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Today we're welcoming a very special friend of the pod.
Excuse me, that wasn't demure.
You're so demure.
Liam, are you going to introduce our guest?
I think I'm gonna let Jaz introduce herself.
我的名字叫王善梅，大家好。
This just became
I just
a
think-
multilingual.
I
今天的
know.
podcast
right
是用
now.
中文来跟你们讲话。
Our
I'm so
Chinese,
bad. I
my
can't.
Chinese audience is just gonna go up now.
Yeah, you
Thank
might
you.
be like hot in TikTok in China, which is Douyin.
Yeah,
Douyin.
What's the Spotify in China? Is there a-
They don't. They
Okay.
just sing.
Out loud.
They just sing live. Okay, so thank you so much for
Hi,
joining us.
friends.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the private chauffeur that picked me up and the party limo bus.
What could people are gonna expect of
Yeah.
that?
Like every guest is gonna be chauffeured to
Ang ganda
Nolly's
pala,
kitchen.
ang ganda pala ng Spotify na may budget.
Like grab it, their budget.
Yeah. Trilingual pa yung driver namin. I love it.
Liam's like enjoying his apple crumble, you guys.
And I am enjoying my coffee by No Tea's Kitchen. Sponsor ba siya today? Hindi ko alam niya. But thank you, No Tea Kitchen.
Location sponsor.
Honestly, either way, they make like the best apple crumble ever. Like I'm obsessed. Like I always post it on my stories. It's honestly the best ever.
Okay.
Like I'm not even gonna say like I'm not even gonna try to be like, oh, it's good. No, it's the best. Period.
Yeah.
That,
It's like,
that seemed like a threat.
What? No, yeah, it's a threat. Like if you have not tried it,
you
I
have
feel
not
bad
lived.
for you. I feel
Yeah.
bad for you.
Parang it's worth the calories.
Yeah,
I know, I'm
if
on a
having this
diet,
crumble, I
and
don't
I'm
care
still
about
eating.
calories.
But no, I really want to know, like, you're a woman of many talents. Like, what do you describe yourself as? Like, what do you do? Sorry, like, these are the hard-hitting
I
questions.
know.
Right off the bat.
So my age is 19, 92. And I'm an Aquarian. But it's funny because if I meet people I'm dating and then I have to meet their parents and they ask me what I do, I just go internet stuff. Like I think that's the most interest. Like that's some like. I think it's a compelling answer. If they want to ask more,
Yeah.
maybe they'll ask more. But if
Actually,
they don't
that's
want
true.
to, it's like we're done here. Like,
And maybe
so
they're not
that's what I say.
the right
Internet stuff.
in-laws
Yeah, that's
for
not my
you.
market. So I do say like it's internet stuff. It's creative stuff, I suppose. But then I also feel like everybody
Ooh,
is creative in their own
creative
right.
stuff.
Yeah,
Creative
I know, right?
internet stuff,
I
creative
create.
stuff.
I create either you create, but I like saying internet stuff because it's like everything that has to deal with that space. I
That,
feel
yeah.
like and I don't want to limit myself from what I can do or what I can reach, right? So that's what I say,
That's
internet
very
stuff.
demure.
I know,
very
right?
mindful.
because if I am able to sell my toes, like why not? Like sell my toe picks? Like why not?
Speaking of the internet space, like you're definitely one of the most creative
Oh my god,
And,
not
like,
her.
Philippine social media. Like I can't. Even before we met, when I see reels, I'm like, wait, insane.
No, you know
Seriously.
what? I can't take a compliment. I really cannot take a compliment.
Fucking take a
I really
bitch.
That's
Like,
that just
That's after
reminded
30
me of
seconds,
certain
right? We're allowed to
things.
curse after 30 seconds.
but like I thank you, but I personally don't feel that way. I feel like it's always an experiment. And Liam, you would know this. Oh wait, baby. There's a little bit of an
Here we
apple
go
crumble in
again,
your
Liam.
nose.
it's a messy
This
eater.
Ang
happened.
sweet.
Deja vu.
But yeah, no. Sorry, what was the question? Yung tanong.
Internet stuff.
So internet stuff.
No, what did you?
we
Creative.
were talking about how you're always so creative with your reels and definitely one of the most creative people on
We
social media
try.
in Manila
Yeah.
and
No, but-
Philippines.
We want to know how your brain works. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, how do you come up with all these things? Because it must be a lot. You know, like I can barely put an OOTD together.
Right.
You know what? I feel the same way. Like, if you check, I haven't posted in like 6 days.
Really?
And I've been like,
Wait, I'm like shocked. I didn't know that.
That's
and I've been like,
content
And I
creator
think-
suicide.
I feel like this is a great day or great time to discuss, like, I guess what we probably might want to discuss also, like, about burnout and stuff like that. Because I feel like right now I am in that. And I'm kind of lost. No. It just feels like that because, like, the landscape change. I feel like the landscape changes every day, and it's up to you to decide how you want to present yourself. I don't know how if you guys feel like that. Like you said, yeah, that's content suicide. And I feel that every day. Like I feel like, oh my god, parang I haven't
Yeah.
posted today yet, and you're like really worried. But when I told you, oh, I haven't posted in 6 days, and you're like, what? So doesn't that make you feel a little bit better?
Actually.
Where it's like no one,
Oh yeah, they
no
didn't.
one
Yeah.
freaking cares.
no one cares.
No
So,
one
like,
cares that much, right?
I think last week I didn't post for like 5 days on TikTok, and TikTok is so fast paced. So like what you're saying, every day like the pressure increases. Like
Yeah.
I haven't posted today. I haven't posted
Yeah.
today, and you're so right. Like about burnout, like it's actually something that we all sort of
experience.
go through, and like Liam and I were talking about it. Like we don't understand how you have so many ideas coming out of your brain. Like it's actually insane because you don't just do like a typical OOTD, fit check.
I try
whatever.
not to, but it's hard because there's also this thing where it's like, I know what the market, I know that what will work and what might get a lot of views.
Yeah.
But actually what's ironic is that the stuff that I put out, that I put a lot of effort into thinking, and
Never
creating,
frigging does well.
never does. Say it
Yeah.
again.
And you
No,
spend
same
so
for
much
me too. When I
time,
get
energy,
so
money.
excited over like,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to post this,
Yeah,
and then
it never fucking does
flop.
well. But I love the Mont Blanc one, by
oh
the
my
way.
gosh, thank you.
I was like, yeah, like
You
that's the
just
stuff
sat
that
there
I
and
wanna
looked
see.
pretty. You
I
didn't have
know.
to edit it.
And sometimes I'm like, that's the thing also. Like if I can create content, like if I could just sit down and be pretty, I wish that was the content I push out because like that would be just so much easier. But then at the same time, like I also do know that that's not something that comes easy. Like
Yes.
you really think about that as well. So I don't know, like it sucks because right now my best performing posts are the posts I have like zero effort on. For me, when I say
Really?
zero effort, like it's not something where I plan the whole thing.
No green screen.
no green screen work. I didn't create a whole team. I didn't even think about the outfit. I literally just put my phone there and focused on the storytelling
Yeah.
or the content, right? And that works so well right now. And everything that I put out that I have to like really plan and work on and edit for a couple days, those don't do well. So now I'm in
That's
this
crazy.
I'm in this stage where it's like, should I just
Yeah.
focus on the thing that works well, or should I focus on the things that I
that
think
you want to do.
But I
Yeah.
think you
Or
also
wanna
just love creating. I think I met you first, but once I met Migs, your fiance,
Woo.
and seeing how you guys work, you really just love the craft.
I love
You know?
it. No, it's fun.
But I think once it becomes more work related and like there's a brand
Oh,
involved
yeah.
in guidelines, I think that's also where a lot of the burnout comes from.
oh, for sure, because it's like I have an idea. There are some brands that are like really, and I'm sure you guys have your own experience with it. There are brands out there where it's like so fun because it's like whatever you want, your idea is whatever you want to push, and you
They're
feel
like,
like this
do
is
it.
gonna work, and
And they
like,
got
do
you
it.
for you as
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they know
trust
your content.
and
Yeah.
they want what you want to do.
But there are some brands where it's like
no.
no, and I've come
And
to a
those are the
point.
ones with the biggest
Girl.
budget.
And
They literally tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And I've come to a point where it's like, yeah, this is not worth it. Can I just back out of the contract? Like, this is not worth it. This is not worth the.
They make
the
you
money.
sign the contract before,
Before they tell you any of the
Yeah.
guidelines.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Or
Those
they
are the
show
hardest.
they show their horrible side.
I feel like, that I think that a lot of the agencies right now, some of them, I'm not going to name names because I actually don't remember what
The names.
agencies there are.
Guys, see, she's actually burnt out.
But when you see, when you see the brief, it's obvious if the agency is lazy. It's super obvious. And I think as an agency, there needs to be an agency out there that's a little bit more, I guess, brave or courageous when it comes to
Mon Gutierrez
trusting
and
on
Ash Fry.
when they pick who they want to work with. Because I feel like it's kind of boring already.
If then that's the same
Yeah.
people over and over, or the same kind of
Yeah.
content over and over for like all these brands.
Yeah.
It becomes like homogenous and it's just weird.
Sometimes I think like if I were like handling this brand, let's say like I'm handling like Goldilocks, right? It's kind of like it's not really popping with like Gen X,
Yeah.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
We don't really have a relationship with them. And if my goal is to create a relationship with the cake, what type of thing would I make? What type of video would I make? And I would sometimes think, and I would look at these like viral videos of like, let's say a girl rolling down the stairs with the cake, and,
Yeah.
and she's really like, oh my god, this cake can't
Grab
fall.
at your
I'm
commitment.
gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot something like that, like hire a stunt woman and like kind of like fall down the stairs, but the cake's still intact, and that's a Goldilocks ad, but not make it feel like a Goldilocks ad. She's just holding it. She just loves this Goldilocks cakes like that. That's sometimes what I would think of, and I would wish that I could work with someone like that or a brand like that. But I already know that the brand is so like old school.
yeah,
in
they're
their
so
way.
boxed in. Like,
Yeah.
So do you think like when you're closed off like that and you really don't have creative freedom, is that where your burnout sort of comes from? Do you think? Or does it just...
It burns out because like I've worked with a brand where I've given them 4 separate story and like audio visual storyboards, and they were all rejected.
Oh my
4.
gosh.
4. And I'm like,
I'm
okay.
sure that took so much time, like 4 different
Yeah.
stories, like 4 different concepts.
and all of them rejected. And then I just told them, yeah, tell me what you want to shoot. I'll just shoot that.
Exactly. No,
That's
I-
when it's back.
yeah, because like the
That's
back
when
and
it's bad.
forth is
Yeah.
it's
It
waste
takes way
of
too long.
time.
Yeah. But I would tell them, this is not going to do well. Before I shoot this, I will tell you this is not going to do well. But I will do it. And I'll do it at my best of my capabilities. I'll shoot it and I'll figure out a way to make it look interesting, but
Yeah.
it's not going to do well.
I mean, like brands and agencies should trust that the creators know their audience best. You know what I mean? Like you know your followers best, so you sort of know like what will perform well, what won't perform
Yeah.
well.
I think we all know that.
yeah.
But what do you think should we say
To them.
to anyone who's listening right now
Oh,
to put it in their brain that this is
I
what
love
it should-
speaking to the camera.
Tell them.
That's when I say
Tell them.
something serious.
No. I feel like this is a great this is
And I
also
also just think, if someone's reaching out to me, do your research. You're already on my page.
yeah.
Just look. Sometimes people will send me something, different name. Different. It's like, Like we talked about this
Liam
already-
Hemsworth yung masulat.
That
yeah, but like I
that's
think
so cringe.
in the first episode we talked about how someone wanted me to do an ad on banana ketchup.
You know what? I could think of a really fun. It's so off.
No, but I have
No.
phobia of ketchup
Why?
and condiments. Okay, obviously they don't know that.
Well, I
but like
freaking
still,
love
it
banana
just-
ketchup.
I post a lot of fashion content.
Yeah,
A lot of like some beauty, more like
yeah,
scents and stuff.
yeah.
So it's just very off-brand. And you can easily see that with my 9 grid. You don't even have to click on the post.
Yeah.
But I think, again, what you were saying, like agencies are getting very, very lazy. And it's not only reflecting in
Mm-hmm.
our mental health,
Yep.
but it's the brands not getting that mileage. Like I've always said that, like, if I post something and it's branded, I want it to do well. I
Yeah.
want it to create...
We all want to do it.
I
yeah.
wanted to create sales. That's our job
Yeah.
as content creators. But there's no respect when you sort of just treat us as like random people who are just going to do whatever and not...
I get the
care about-
agency's point, though. Sometimes, especially when certain agencies just do have a lot of brands under their wing, so they can't put a lot of effort in each and every single one. I get that. But at the same time, like, I know they have things to meet. We have things to meet. So I also understand that aspect of
Oh,
an
for sure.
agency. Yeah. So, I mean, we just call them out as lazy, but not all, okay? Not all. I get it. Like, it's tough. It's
But the
both tough
ones
on
I've
both sides.
constantly worked with are amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Shout out.
It's the smaller...
There's some.
It's
There's
the ones
some.
that are more smaller. And sometimes they'll message me on like a burner account. And I'm like, is this
That's
real?
so weird. Burner account?
Or, like-
Are you kidding me?
It's like it's the account that they use to like reach out to people on.
Yeah.
But there's like no follows. It's like
It's like a little sketchy.
I'm about to get
It could be a
scammed
scam.
again.
Oh, sure.
This is
I haven't
giving,
had
like,
that experience.
click this link if you
Yeah.
want money or something.
You
It's
know
like
what- do you know I hate those when have you ever experienced when a brand or agency reaches out and then it involves like, oh, click this link and fill in this form if you're interested.
for a collaboration,
No.
a free
That
collaboration.
is so weird.
I'm done. No. I'm
Whenever
not
I
gonna
get
go
that,
with
I don't do it.
Talk to a person. Like,
I
you
don't
must
do
talk
it.
to a person.
Yeah, and like that's a big reason why I joined the industry was because I love obviously being creative myself, but I
Yeah.
love being creative with other people.
Yeah.
I love collaborating.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people have sort of lost that human touch to it. You know, and I just feel like they don't, I don't know, not that they don't care enough, but it's really business to them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I could be doing something else making way more money, but I
Yeah.
do it because I love
Yeah.
the industry. I love what I do.
Yeah. It's
You know?
hard also because you got to put your faith into creating things that probably don't earn you a lot of income. And I actually am looking for that. I actually want more of that. Like, just to express yourselves and stretch out the creative muscles a little bit.
And just do it like without
Yeah.
there being you having to think about the engagement, thinking about
I
anything.
love how
just
you do
doing it
like
for
a lot
fun.
of really elaborate content for fun though. You know what I mean? Like you and Liam doing that.
Oh, that is
Valentine,
so
right?
freaking fun.
I mean, no,
That was
We should-
obviously it
should
wasn't
do-
an ad. So
we
it was
should
like,
do
I love that
one.
you get to do that.
no,
to
we-
just like
that's the
release
thing.
your creative.
That's the thing. I want to
urges.
do
and we
more
had
of
the
that.
best
Yeah.
time.
We had the best time.
We were just eating
We were being
pizza all
stupid.
day.
Actually, we were being really stupid. We should do one. It's just more of the time. The time
Yeah.
to grab everybody together
to do that.
to know that this is not going to earn money.
But you know that
but you're doing it just
yeah.
for the heck of
that
it.
collab
Videos.
sort of, and a lot of the other videos that we posted
Yeah.
came out of us just being stupid on
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like that sort of brought my creativity back. But I was like, you know what?
It's like a
The
creative
spark.
boost.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I miss from the industry.
Yeah.
I need this mindset more often. And even when it's work, I need to try and make it as fun as possible.
It's hard because
You
I
know?
think also, like, yesterday I was thinking about, following count and engagement and all that
Oh my
stuff
gosh.
and like earning money. I think a lot of people who watch or who will listen to this and who want to get into the industry, they're always thinking, I have to get to this amount of following so I can charge this amount
Yeah.
and like probably get, the gigs and stuff. Yeah, there is a certain number where you reach where you can, I guess, come to brands and they could like actually pay you for certain work. But I think actually I've realized that there are a lot of people out there right now. The landscape is that there are a lot of people that might have, and then this is from my point of view. Like, I've met a lot of people who have way more following than I have, and sometimes I used to feel bad because it's like, I've been in the industry for quite some
Like,
time.
what are
already.
you doing wrong?
And
What are you
then-
doing
yeah,
different? Like, what can
exactly.
you do differently?
Like, they have more in following, and like I don't understand. But then at the same time, I'm like, I realize also that they probably don't earn as much as I do. And not everyone, huh? It's just that there are some na parang, oh, I didn't realize that this is just how much they
Yeah.
charge. Because like I'm not saying that you're not. It's just more of like I'm not saying that. It's just more of like
Don't come to her
No,
house. She has
don't.
nothing.
I have nothing. DIR wala ako. Huwag mo ako tax. 15K month lang yung yung net charge ko. But no, it's more of like, because there are days where it's like, I would go to my fiance and it'll be like, shucks, I feel bad because I've been doing this for a while and like the following counts.
But like,
not
when you
there,
ever
stuff
see
that.
like a brand that you really love, and then see a bunch of random people who
Yeah.
are like super off brand.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's kind of the worst.
That's
you
just
know?
that's just the
Kinda-
politics, I guess.
It's like sad.
You know?
Yeah, that's just
And
the
it's like
politics
maybe
of
they made
everything.
Sip Sip or something.
Yeah.
I
Or
love
like,
that.
But then, he would hire.
it happens a lot.
He would hire these people who would audition for his commercials. And they have like 500,000 over like million followers on TikTok and
Mhm.
stuff. And completely transparent with you guys, like for a whole day of shooting for that commercial, they would get 30,000.
Oh my god, no way.
And they have 1 million followers on TikTok.
Oh my god.
it just
That
shows
is-
that
and-
like
That's what he says. He's like, you can't compare. So for those who are I guess, feeling some sort of way with like following count and stuff like that, the quantity and the quality thing comes into play.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
You may have the quantity of the following, but what is the quality of the following?
Yeah.
So you have to sometimes think about that, and find that as maybe, I guess, like an energy boost when you're feeling kind of down with how you present. Yeah.
No,
We
like
talk about this a lot. How like it's really important to sort of build a community also when
Yeah.
you're a content creator,
and it's a lot
really
of
from
trust,
there that
you know?
get do you find brands that really work for you and want to consistently work with you, and you have those deals because you have a community that you're able to like sort of nurture, and it's not always about the quantity, but rather like it's the quality of your community as well. If you guys
Yeah.
are aligned like in what you're interested in, what they're interested
Like
in.
I have a pretty small following, but I feel like I've gotten a lot of opportunity over bigger people because I'm so
Into
picky, and like
Yeah.
I've really created this sort of little niche for
Yeah.
myself.
yeah.
And I'm
Niche is just so
No,
important.
but that's your
you
thing.
know?
That's the thing. I think that's what people tend to forget, that they try every other thing where it's like, who are you?
Yeah, wait, actually.
Sino ka? Like
that
that's the thing.
happens when you like
No.
work with a brand that's like pretty big, and people
Yeah.
are like, why did they get who are you?
I feel like for people who are starting out or who wants to get into it, I think knowing themselves is the most important thing, because you know yourself, you know what you like, and that's what you post.
I
out.
do. I'm
You
so
know, like,
glad.
yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna go
'Cause-
home so
because
happy
you
now. I'm
literally
like, I
say-
do know myself.
You literally say you're picky. Like, there are things that you will agree to, there are things that you
Yeah.
won't agree to, like the UFC thing. Like, I could whether it's the banana ketchup or the fighting thing, UFC fighting or banana ketchup. Like, it's
yeah.
not, sorry, it's
Up
not.
to you to guess.
It's for me, if UFC approaches me, whether it's the fighting or the ketchup, the fighting I'd probably be like, nah. But like, if the ketchup, I'm thinking of really cute, fun ways, but also I freaking love it, right?
Yeah.
So like, kaya pa natin
You
mag-work
always
together.
come with cute, fun ways.
I hope,
you're
I
sort of
wish.
known. I think you're sort of known for that. Your videos are always a little like witty, tongue in cheek.
But
I
what's your whole creative process behind that? Like, so how do you, like, before like a reel or a carousel comes up, like what's your whole thought process? Because I feel like that's, I don't know, I want to get into the
She
mind of
literally-
Jaz Reyes.
She literally had so many ideas right now on the spot.
Yeah, no.
you're like mentioning a product, and she's like, wait, I don't.
Yeah, I'm already
That's
thinking.
crazy.
Like, I would
You're
like to
like
like.
hyper
That,
creative.
but
when
that
you
just
pour-
shows that, like, because it comes so organic. Like, I've seen you. Okay, we were at the Drag Race,
Oh my god, is it the
Premiere.
premiere? Yeah, yeah.
and she was posting in lifetime paragraphs on her story, and she was just naturally herself, and
I
it
think you just
translated so
naturally wanted
well.
to share.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you naturally wanted to share, and you took a picture. You're like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
post it, because your content is very you.
yeah.
You know, it's not like you're spending like hours being like, oh, I need to come up with something creative. You are just naturally creative, and that's how you like sharing.
That's why it
Your
just comes
content.
out for
You know,
you.
that's
Really?
it.
I hope it comes out, because like right now I'm like, I do know I have to post an OOTD, but if I'm not happy with like the OOTD, or I don't feel so deeply about it,
You're not gonna want to post
I don't want
it.
to post it. Yeah.
But do you
'cause it's like-
find that people have like very high like expectations now for
Fuck
your
yeah.
content?
and I think,
Yeah, because you have a lot of reels go viral that are like insane.
but there are some reels that were just so stupid. Also,
Yeah.
Like I'm
Well-
freaking on my bed and be like,
No, you know what I really like?
Which
the
one?
Father's Day.
what was the Father's
The
Day?
The condom.
Oh yeah, I fucking love that. But did you know that I have content like that? For example, like that, a brand reached out to me and already finished filming the content, and then they found out on my page that I have content like that, and they were like, "No, you can, like, we're dropping you from
no
the thing."
way.
And it was a brand I actually really
Really?
like. And then after that, I was like, boycott.
Oh my god.
I'm not buying from this brand anymore.
Yeah.
Wait,
But then I did it. So I still said, so I went there, I shot it, I hired someone who can help me shoot this on that day. So you still have to pay me. I can post it in my stories, I can post it whatever, but this has to be paid because we finished the whole thing. It's not my fault. It's, I guess, sorry, but it's the agency's fault for not, I guess.
yeah, they did
vetting.
their background check.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
that
also
happened-
pinned.
But that
Yeah,
happens
it's
though.
pinned on
Yeah.
your reels.
That's a
remember
thing.
It's pinned on your reels. It's not that hard to see it.
Yeah,
guys.
but that's the
And
thing
that just
also.
shows like if you're gonna reach out,
No,
Yeah.
do your research for sure.
But
Do a
again,
little research.
That's the thing. Like you risk certain brands not being able to reach out.
Yeah.
to
But you know
because of
what?
the
for your
stuff.
authentic self.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like I just like to experiment, whichever. I feel like
That's true.
creating
You're
conversations.
very experimental.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
visually creating conversations, whether it's good or bad. I mean,
And that's
not,
created your community.
no, yeah, but that's the thing.
You know?
I don't want to make controversial posts. Like it's not my goal to make controversial posts. I just thought it was visually like interesting, or it's something that people can agree or disagree on. And I think everyone's gonna either like or dislike your post. It's always not gonna do well and gonna do well at the same time. Like you're not gonna please everybody. So if I'm not
Like
gonna
my
please
latest
everybody,
reel, I'm like,
You
please
please
do
it.
better.
like that's the thing. So I guess right now, like I'm in a point where it's like I'm not sure what to post anymore, because it's like, should I be posting things that are kind of more things that I want to share, or a little bit more creative stuff? So right now, this month, ghost month, so there's not a lot of work, which sometimes I'm worried because I'm like, shit, like
Am I not doing enough?
I'm not doing enough. Yeah.
No,
And
there's a lot of overthinking
feel
because
that,
we've
yeah.
said this on the pod before. And like a lot of it, you're relying on other people to give you work.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, I think, self-doubt. And like I've had 3 weeks where
Yeah.
I've had no work.
Yeah.
And this week I've been like
Yeah.
running on no sleep, super
That's
busy.
the thing. That's happens.
And that's
yeah,
very
it happens.
scary.
Yeah.
Because during those like quiet weeks, your mind goes into a really, really dark place.
Literally same. But that's the thing. Like I'm trying to rewire my brain for quiet weeks. That is like the time where I do whatever the fuck that I've been thinking about, and I just
Hang
want
with
to-
your friends who you haven't
Yes, like this,
seen.
like today, like
A little
like
Yeah.
we're-
Chica sesh.
yeah, chica sesh. But other than that, like I actually already like delivered certain things, like certain creative like tools I've been wanting to experiment with for a while. So I got this like it's like a mold for bags. So they have like a little mold for like
Oh my
an
God.
Hermes
Wait, what is this? That sounds so
Constance.
cute.
And I want to put butter on the mold and
Oh,
then
what-
make like
my
butter
gosh.
bags. So that's
That's
like
so
right now
cute.
that's in my brain, at the back of my brain, that I want a
That sounds
real
so
idea that I want to
fun.
do over the week, because I
That's so
want
much
to
fun.
I want to make like a butter
Oh
bag.
my God.
So that's what the silent week is for. It's like
No,
to
and that's what
experiment a little
sparks
bit.
your creativity again. This
That's
is
it.
why you started to begin
That's the
with.
thing.
You know,
Either
this
you-
is why you're doing what you're doing.
Actually, it happened in the pandemic. Like that's where it really like came out, because like I was doing radio. I didn't have to do it anymore. We're all stuck at home, and I've been wanting to do creative stuff for a while, because like my biggest dream in life is actually just to retire and do paint and do art. Like literally, if I could just
You
retire,
paint?
literally if I can,
We learn
That's all
something
I
new
want.
every episode.
like I just want
Have you
to
ever told
Yes.
publicly said it?
anything that has to do with doing anything with my hands. So either I mold, I craft, I paint, or whatever.
Wait,
that's
that's
what I
amazing.
want, right? That's how I want to retire. But then, in the pandemic, I started doing stupid things like art, whatever. But I wouldn't post it, because like that's what I started out, or I don't think
It's very
sells.
personal also.
Yeah. And then somehow like it started doing well. And I was like, oh, there is people who can appreciate this thing. So there is a fear that you won't be accepted, or the things that you post are kind of like it won't be received well. I think that happens in every single post.
Yeah.
Like no matter how big you are, I feel like you always think, oh, this person might be bigger
Mhm.
than me.
Or like, you know, when your shares go up, it's like,
Oh, for
they're
sure.
Are they talking
frigging
about
talking
me?
Yeah.
shit.
I don't think about that anymore. Like I think
I
about
stopped caring
people
too.
would talk shit either way.
It's fine. Like,
Right?
just let
If you
them.
do,
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
doing really good, they're gonna talk shit. If you do something really bad,
sometimes you look at the post and you're like, oh, there's so many shares. You're like, you don't even know if all those shares are good shares.
they could
Right?
be just like shit talking.
Yeah, they could be shit talking to you. Like, you
but
don't know.
That's
part of our
it.
job,
That's
you
part of
know.
it.
Comes
That's
with
part
it.
of it.
And
Yeah, but that's a process. Like, if you have quiet weeks, I feel like that is a perfect time to think about like what is it that makes you happy. What is the content that would make you happy, and then post it. I feel like when you, I don't know, I might be assuming, but like when you started out with TikToks and stuff, you probably shared the things that you genuinely
Yeah.
really like to talk about, right? And then it just happened. Hey, thanks, I found my people.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what you want to be when you start out. Like you find your people.
I was really doing it for fun. Like when I
Yeah.
started out, super just for fun.
Yeah.
I think I talked about this also in another episode where like I barely had followers. Like even my friends were not on TikTok yet.
Yeah.
So I literally just did it during pandemic also.
Yeah.
I was bored. I feel like, I
Yeah.
want to like let out like creative urges.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a video
Yeah.
and that's just how it started. I
Yeah.
just wanted to do for fun. Like
That's the thing.
I didn't like have any expectations of it to reach.
Yeah.
Like how many people or for
And I
me to
feel
get
like
followers.
until
nothing.
now, even until now that you have that reach, yeah, there's a little bit more of a responsibility, but at the same time, you still have to always go back to that. Like, I would be hard pressed if I saw you like trying to. Like Liam, if you
Sell banana
you-
ketchup.
no, if you fucking like this is like the ketchup, and you're like.
Desperate
that, if you
times
post-
call
I would
for
be like-
desperate fashion.
I will be like, Liam,
What's going on?
what's going on with your life? Like, do you need money?
Intervention.
Do you need
It's a jazz
uh,
intervention.
Like, because it's like,
But you know what I always say? Until it gets severe, but I would rather go broke than do something I don't want to do. And life is too short. You know, if I love the content that I'm putting out, I love being creative, it's making me happy. Even if some of those shares are bad, I don't give a fuck. But if I'm doing something that I really hate, away. Because it's worth it. But I don't think it's worth it. Like, and that's why I stopped sort of
but
caring about the hate.
not everybody has that
Privilege.
opportunity,
Right.
to be privileged to be like,
To be
yeah.
No, for
picky.
sure.
But
No.
yeah, but the thing is, like, there's always.
But that's why I side hustle.
No, but the thing is, I always find like there is a way to be able
Like a balance.
to work it. Well, as a creative, like you
You can
must-
still try to make
you
it your
will-
own if the brand allows
yeah,
you to.
you will find
know?
a way. There must be a way, and that's how I think I treat brands that reach out. Like, what is the way where I can present this, but still kind of be true to me or be proud of the work or the output, right?
Being content creators are very difficult, guys.
It's difficult.
So would you say you're like a little bit picky still with your brands, or are you more like,
Oh, yeah.
you want to compromise to make it work for your content?
Do you think it's more for your personal
Yeah, I
taste,
mean-
or is it more like
Like,
you
what's
can't
your
come up with a good
criteria?
concept?
If I can't come
What's
up
your-
with a good,
That's
like,
your criteria
if
for
I
like
if I
accepting?
find that I cannot really find a good way to present this, yeah,
that
maybe
they will
not.
approve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe it's not a good fit.
Maybe it's not a good fit. Like, yeah, I think what's hard for me is like technology. Not like cell phones and stuff. That's great. When I say technology, it's like modem.
What?
Like a modem. Like for example, exactly.
What?
Like if a
Like a-
modem brand reaches out, I'm
That's
like,
so odd.
I have nothing for you.
I think that's more of a mix.
Right? Exactly. Like that would be hard. Like
Situation. That's
hard. That's kind of difficult. But there's also certain brands where I'd be surprised that
you might
Oh,
get
there
burnt
is a
out
fine
trying
way.
to find a way.
yeah.
to
But then
promote
also
that.
I do like the challenge. And sometimes I feel like, okay, if a brand gives me a brief and this is the sample video that they have, or if I know who are the other like influencers that are gonna be
I
doing
love
the same
asking.
thing. I
I
don't
love
ask, but I always think, how can I be the most different one among all
Yeah,
that?
to differentiate your content from.
Usually
No,
it's
I
like that.
actually
whole
just did
campaign.
that. I just did a post for a brand and I asked, there's only one other male KOL. And I asked because when I was looking in the store, I knew exactly what he would buy.
Yeah. So that you
So
can
I
get
bought-
something.
Yeah,
So I
you're
bought the
like, "Oh, that's
opposite."
different."
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
That's also good for the brand, I feel like.
Yeah, because you don't want
You're
to
doing
all
your
look the
homework.
same.
Yeah.
It's always like weird when there's a campaign and like everyone's posting literally the same thing.
Uh-oh.
It's like kind of weird also.
Yeah.
And again, that's where you get to be creative because, like, okay, I want to be different. You know, like, I think that at the end of the day, the reason why we're so successful is because we're trying to do something
Successful. Oh.
in our hearts,
There's
lang, not in our pocket.
I have a question, Jazz. So like, what are some of your favorite brands that you work with or like favorite campaigns that you've done?
Recent, I really love that Lace was able
That was
to
fun.
let me do it just happened right there because it was trending as well.
You're so
I was
smart.
like, let's just try
hate
it.
I'm gonna ask you for advice.
And it was such a simple video too. Like at that time, what was popular is like, Nelly, I love you. Nelly, I need you. And it's like, like it's just a hand.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's like your own hand
It's so
or like
funny.
your dog biting the thing. And I was like, we're going to go on a plane. We're going to have to fly to Siargao. So I was like, oh, I should sit. Either the original idea was to ask the steward to give it, to hand me the chip, to like make me subo the chip.
It's funny.
And I literally asked the steward, but the steward that on that flight was gay. And it's not, I love the Lejubatakwa, but I was like, I don't think it's gonna work as, I don't know if it's gonna work as well as like, if it was just like a random stranger. And I was also kind of shy because I know he was working.
Right.
And so I was
You
also
don't make him feel
afraid.
uncomfortable.
Not only that,
so-
I don't want him to get fired from his job. You know, so I was like, I'm not so sure if
Content is so hard.
yeah, because I was like, I feel like this might have a backlash because like
Yeah, 'cause-
he's supposed to be working, he's supposed to make sure everybody on the flight was safe. So I already asked, and he already agreed, but I was like, oh,
But
shucks,
also,
wag na lang.
I've learned the hard way. When you put out something on the internet, you have to be very careful because you don't know which eyes it's like who's
Yeah,
going to see your
yeah.
content, how
Yeah,
the reach is going to be.
exactly.
So that's also something
Yeah.
you really have to take into consideration, especially when you tag or post anyone
Yeah.
else.
exactly, and especially when it's a brand.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was like, yeah, let's not. So the head of the brand was sitting across me, and I was like, sir, can you just kind of like pretend you're asleep and like just have the chip like there, and I'll just bite it from your hand. And he is the brand head of that time. So I was like, damn, not sure if he's gonna agree to this. And then he was like, yeah, he was so game. So we did that. Like
That's a cool
ate it.
man.
Cute.
there.
Yeah.
and
That's iconic.
naturally millions of views. So I was like, dope. Okay, cool. So that's like fun because like
You got a
even the
million
brand-
impressions. You got millions
Yeah.
of views.
Yeah.
We're actually successful, guys.
So I was like, that's good. That's good. And it's good that they allowed it. Like, and it's a fun brand. They should allow it. Yeah, it's not like, it was kind of orchestrated, but that wasn't, I mean, the point of it was to sell the brand. So,
Yeah.
and then the chips, he was just holding like that, like just the logo kind of like haphazardly there. So I feel
But
like,
those are the best when it's not like
yeah,
In your face.
but that's also
buy
the thing,
the
like,
product or whatever, you know?
the point was in a flight, as long as my favorite flavored bag of chips are open, and even though it's not mine, I'ma steal that, right? So like, and it also created like people,
I wouldn't say I've done
arguing.
that before, but I would.
yeah, so yeah,
In the right situation.
No, yeah. So like stuff like that, I love working with brands who are open in that way. Hershey's is also very open for me. Using the chocolate, making bags out of it. They have this whole push to be creative. A lot of the more established brands like Jollibee, they're starting to be a little bit more open to how you want to present it.
I feel like you're paving the way to show that like
You can like
creative
loosen
content
up. And,
works, you know?
Hopefully,
And I think especially nowadays, everything, like we're consuming so much content that you really need to have
oh yeah,
something different,
oh yeah,
you know? And like people don't want to watch a whole video now. So
Nah.
from start to finish, there has to be something keeping you interested.
I think it's a thing of like, what would I watch? If you like the content that you put out, if you think you would watch it, you post it, let it just
That's
go
how
on its
I feel.
own.
Post
Also with
boring
mine.
content.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the kind of content I want to watch. I
yeah,
want to
I'm
see.
gonna
I don't
consume
care
it,
if
so
what,
it's like,
what
yeah.
other people really think about it.
And
Like,
you'll
just
find your
the content
audience
are wrong.
eventually.
That's the
you
thing
know?
I think that people should remember. Like think of your Instagram or your TikTok as like your vision board, right? So whatever you place there, that is what's going to attract whatever will come your way. So if you're posting negative things, or like if you're
I
like,
just thought of
no,
someone.
in a way where it's like, I think I know the person, but like if you keep on posting about negative things, like you are the type of person who's like a shock DJ who would always comment negatively about this thing or this brand, that's just going to come back. However way it's going to come back. If you post about luxury items and stuff like that, you're just going to attract luxury brands.
Those people.
If you're going to post about like creative content or how to shoot certain things, those are the things that are going to come to you. So I think that's very, very important. I don't think people think of it that way. Think of the platform that way. I think a lot of people think of the platform as, I'm going to post something that is working right now, that is trending right now. And I'll see where I can fit into that trend. And that's so draining.
It's not sustainable at all.
Draining.
If you're just hopping on every trend.
And also, it doesn't, your personality, I don't think the personality shows.
Definitely.
Actually, the personality is more of like, I'm just going to hop on.
And also, I always say, and I've said this on the pod, but it's so important, that like, I want to look back, and even if it's not, the content I post like a year ago isn't something I'd post now, it was iconic for the day.
Yeah.
And I just don't think trends and gimmicks like that last. And sometimes you forget about the trends and you're looking back and you're like, why did I do this?
I think what's even more powerful, or for me, it's not finding about what's trending. For me,
create the trends.
Yeah. You have to be the trend.
Yeah.
Or you have to figure out what, you don't know what it is.
I think I started jorts in the Philippines.
But that's the thing.
There's so many things that I think I also started on TikTok. So like even my friends are like, you did this at first, but then like it became big with other creators. So I'm like, I don't want to say it.
Demure.
We've been saying demure for
you know when,
so long.
When Nara Smith did the like speaking in, what language was she speaking while she was like
housewife
cooking or whatever?
No,
then I have a friend that was
trad
like,
wife.
you literally started when you did your get ready with me in Taglish. I started doing that like 2 years ago or whatever.
No, and like you really never know who you're supposed to reaching.
Yeah.
And that's why I think like really stick to yourself. I see so many creators like copying people's styles and everything, and I go, it's so hard to sustain that. I just think this is a really hard industry. Do it because you love it, and hopefully it becomes something that's self-sustaining.
I actually feel like this shouldn't be your only job. Like if you plan to be a content creator, be like, you have to get 5 more different ways of how to earn your income. Honestly.
No,
like,
that's why I have so many sidelines.
Honestly, like if you feel like a lot of young
unless
kids,
you're Nepo baby with like 1 million followers.
Anyone for hire. But like, yeah, I think a lot of kids nowadays aim to be content creators. And I say, okay, yeah, do it. But I feel like it's always a and what. For me, it's always an and what.
And you'd be
my child wants
surprised, but most of your favorite content creators have 9-to-5 jobs and they just don't tell you about it.
Like they don't know that I used to direct. They don't know that.
Okay, here. This is the first question I asked you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yun nga. Oh my God. I do a bunch of
hosts.
Yeah, I host.
Direct.
I love hosting. I direct.
You're a VJ.
We didn't touch on her hosting. She's like an amazing host.
Thank you.
Anyone listening? Like every time I'm at an event where you're the host,
no script.
There's no dead air ever. Like
I'm allergic to that. No, I think it's because I did
so fun and
I used to be
and it's never boring.
I used to be on radio, so it's like on radio, like this setup is so familiar to me. Like
so
I'm at home. And then I feel
at
like,
least at home, not trauma.
No, and also like my voice is also different when I'm holding the mic versus if I'm just gonna iba na siya. But if I'm with the mic, I modulate how I modulate on air because that's
that's
how I'm
very
trained.
like Ariana Grande of
yeah, it's like
Paris
a whole
Hilton.
personality. But yeah, like I think
my voice is just always annoying.
No. And I feel like, so I did radio and then I did courtside and then hosting all at the same time. Yeah.
I can imagine you doing courtside.
That's so...
I can really picture it.
But girl, it's really not my vibe.
Really?
I did courtside
girly?
for a year.
Was
and I
this
was like,
college?
yeah, this is not my calling. Yeah, in college. Because I'm really not into basketball.
Okay.
I'm into
like,
certain like player.
What type? Players or players?
Oh, Mr. Ramos. What's his name?
Dwight. You know what?
Can you shout him out?
I had like a 2 hour of just like looking at Dwight Ramos stuff. And I love the relationship that he has.
With Michelle.
With the girly. Yeah, because I was like,
oh,
they're so cute.
Also, right?
Yeah, and the girlie's
Volleyball.
older. The girlie's older. Yeah.
No, I just
No, wait.
watched a video. He was
Okay.
like, being in Japan or whatever for
No,
10
there's
months
another
is
one
so
too.
hard because I miss
Wait.
my family. I
Liam,
want to teach my little sister
Liam,
math.
there's another one. So there's Dwight Ramos and there's another one, a volleyball player that's half Japanese and half something
Oh,
else.
I've seen.
And he cute.
I haven't seen
He
this.
cute.
This
I
is
was
why I follow the Olympics for how long.
Yeah. So
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, we also. I have an Olympics
If
crushie.
that was a sport,
Let them
You
guess
can.
which one.
I don't think they'll guess. Well, someone guessed before.
your Olympic crushie,
Yeah.
like Tagalog or like
No, like
international.
Chinese.
my home.
Your home.
Shea. 跟我说 Shea. Wait, is this a swimmer?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
he's
god,
so
yeah.
cute.
Is he the one who won in the freestyle?
Actually,
The one they were
you know,
I
accusing
don't
that-
think he,
I don't think I know.
he doesn't even
Someone
know if
is
he
like
won.
no, I know he won like a gold and like a bronze.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, he like won a gold and then he won.
I
Like,
think
a
it.
bronze.
I think it's the guy who did the freestyle
It's not
against
the, it's not the world record guy.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
another-
not picky.
No, there's another one.
another
They
one.
cute.
He's like
They
really
cute.
tall. He's like
They
6'4" or something.
Okay, I'm gonna call him and then
Yeah,
like,
call him up. and be like,
I'll let my
hey.
people call his people and
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, 我这边有一个朋友特别喜欢你啊." And then be like, "Okay, I'm gonna meet him." And it's like, yeah, let's make that happen. But yeah, like not into that. Yeah, so I do a lot of other stuff as
How did
well.
we get there?
I know.
Sorry.
It's really hard because
Segue
I do anything.
King, bring
I will
us
do
back.
anything and everything. So
Honestly, an
yeah.
athlete could be a vibe. Well, honestly, I'm not picky right now. Like, I really have no
He's
options.
really just got into like.
You're in a different tangent.
It's always by tangent. I'm like, if anyone's watching, basta cute,
Game.
at least 5.
Yeah.
Leave a comment on
11.
Spotify.
Yeah. Let's okay.
Or message the email in my bio. Message my manager.
Apply.
Ganito, I'm gonna throw back the question to you. Like, if you're for talking about burnout, something that they can like take home. Like, do you feel burnout?
I do. I told that to Liam, I think, when was that? A few weeks ago, where I was like, I just don't feel like posting. I haven't posted in so long.
And what do you do with that feeling?
But I really just go through it. Like what you're saying, like there's downtime
It
and
sucks.
then it doesn't feel good in the beginning and you're like, like there's 100 things going through your mind and you're like, oh my gosh, like how am I gonna go back to posting
Yeah.
regularly? But then I just allow myself to sort of enjoy that downtime for a bit. And then when you have that like moment of silence to like clear your head, then it sort of comes back. Then I get inspired by maybe something that, like I said, maybe I went out with friends. I had a good chat with them. And then something
That's the
from that
thing.
suddenly inspires me to do like certain content that I never thought of.
I
That's
think
the thing.
because we're also always online,
That's
we're
the thing.
always constantly thinking about work, and sometimes you just have to like
Literally,
live
fucking-
life. You know,
fucking disconnect. That's a thing. That's a
Yeah,
secret.
you do
I
have
think.
to
go on a
disconnect.
trip,
Like literally, that's what I
Literally-
do. For a burnout, the best answer.
walk in the park,
Disconnect.
touch some grass.
Because like again, I'm gonna throw it back to telling you guys that I haven't posted and you guys didn't even know. That's the thing. That's the thing I wanna share. That I don't give a like as your consumer. I'm just gonna go back to what's there,
Yeah.
right? And I don't have you to. I don't need you to say, "Oh, I'm gonna take a break." Just take the break. Don't fucking announce it. Like, just take a break.
God,
Like,
I hate people that are like,
Like, I'm
guys,
gonna
I
go
need it for
offline.
mental health. And then one day later, I'm like, why are you liking my story?
yeah.
You're not
You know why?
offline.
Because
Yeah.
I can't like your post because it's
Gonna be seen.
Yeah.
So stories long.
No, but that's the thing. Like,
But not everything has to be announced, and like burnouts do happen.
yeah.
But I think you announcing it, you're wanting that reinforcement and all that, like,
Everyone's saying it's okay.
everyone, it's okay back when you're not fixing the root of the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And you just have to get off your phone, have some family time,
Yeah.
snuggle with your dog.
I think it's like
Just like
it's-
do normal.
It's really not that
stuff.
serious, you guys. Like it's not
It's
that. It's
not.
not that serious, but it feels like it is because you're so glued to it. It's on in the palm of your hands every
Yeah.
single day. So if there's anyone to remind you with that, it's like us to tell
Don't take
you,
it
like,
too seriously.
Nobody takes it too seriously, man. Don't take it too seriously, like because the real life. I sometimes feel like
real life.
real life. I tend to forget about it.
REEL.
No,
life.
really, like yeah.
Life is not.
Really?
That's why this is
No,
called
yeah,
life
yeah,
is not
yeah.
a real.
It's actually scary. It's actually quite frightening because I think I
when you get lost into.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like because I'm so focused on work, it came to a point where I was so scared because I kind of look back and think how much authentic connections do I still have left?
Yes. I know.
Parang it's not.
No,
There's
and-
like there's sometimes like when you have that period of you're so busy with so many things going on, and then you don't really get to hang out with like maybe your friends or
It's a
family
lonely
outside
work.
social media.
Oh yeah, social
Yeah, and
media
then
is a lonely
suddenly
work.
when you get to reconnect with them again, you're like, wait, like I sort of forgot how to actually interact
yeah.
with
no,
people outside of
Or like you
the
miss out
internet.
on like birthdays and
Yeah.
stuff.
No,
And that's
for
why I think it's always good, like, in order to make this a sustaining thing, your mental health, your physical health, emotion has to be on
Oh,
par.
yeah.
And so that means turning down stuff.
Every
And
now
it's
and then
hard.
you have to.
It's hard, you know?
Yeah, because you're like,
It has
shucks,
to be
if
a
I
balance.
don't post a lot of stuff that's like being sponsored or whatever, you're worried that they won't come anymore.
Yes.
But nah.
that's not
Like the
really
burnout
nice.
is real. Like even me right now, like I post when I have to, but I said like I haven't felt inspired to create my own content.
Yeah, but also at the same time, I don't feel like I'm missing out. Gets more. Like I want to tell you, I don't feel like I'm missing out. When I see you, it pops up, and then I'm like, oh, and I didn't know, like, oh, it's been a week.
It's been, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
something.
didn't know. I'm just like,
because no
I'm
one,
You're
so
just back to
glad.
seeing it again.
Let
You're
them
like,
miss you a
one
little
gives
bit.
a fuck.
let them miss you a little bit.
You
It's
have to
No,
miss
fine.
you a little bit.
Because
Yeah.
they're scrolling and there's 1,000 pieces of content that they saw that
I
day.
actually
you know?
remember more about. Damn, I'm so annoyed about. I'm so
You're seeing
annoyed
too much.
Yeah, I'm seeing too much about this person.
Someone posting
I'm
3
I'm
times a
getting
day.
really annoyed. And I'm
Also
gonna
thinking
mute
about people right
That's
now.
me. I know me also. Name.
I don't even follow her!
OMG.
And you see it? You don't follow her and you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's annoying.
Everywhere.
But you know, like,
Fucking
I also
everywhere.
had to get to a space where I'm like,
My God.
you know what? I just want to post quality over quantity. Because sometimes when you force yourself, you have that pressure. You want to post every day. Sometimes it's not what you want to post anymore. It's not what you want to put out there.
Yeah.
It's like becoming like how what everyone else is posting.
Actually, right now, I think the Instagram interface is doing a really good job in a sense that they are only showing comment counts.
Oh.
They're not showing like
I
counts
thought you were
anymore.
talking
They're not-
about the algorithm.
No,
the
no,
algorithm
they're
is
not.
horrible.
They're not. It's horrible. But they're not even showing the share counts anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
I
No, 'cause
noticed
they
that
showed
the
it
share
for a
count sort of
week.
disappeared.
And
It's a
that
good
was
thing.
like...
No, but
Because
it's a
you know
good
when there's
thing.
more shares, you're like...
Yeah.
Shared also. And it's just
That-
it
I
fucks
get
with the
that.
mental health.
But I think I like it right
Mental
now.
health
that
advocate.
There's nothing.
No, yeah.
Because it allows you to be more, I guess, brave
Yeah.
with
And you're like, whatever.
the variety of things you might want to post.
I miss
right?
posting like I used to post
Yeah.
like a flower.
You know, I'm
Just
you
one
know,
singular
I
flower.
don't know if
This artsy girl.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you
with a filter.
experience this, but there, like, for example, there is certain content that you're not really. It's not really your brand, or you haven't tried it yet, but it did so well, and then now you're in a position where it's like, do I still continue this, or do I just do what I've been doing? Because sometimes being able to like share something different also is interesting for followers. Like if I see you do a little bit of like an off thing, I would be like, oh, this is kind of new.
Something new.
Well, you
Yeah.
definitely have to grow, you know, and like
Yeah.
I've even seen like slowly seen my content grow as well. And as long as you like it, I really don't see why you can't
If
change.
you personally like share.
you know, like we're all changing. It's not just our content. We're changing
Evolving.
and growing.
It's
And
ever
they'll
evolving.
follow along. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So for those also who
Well,
want
I
to
hope.
experiment, hopefully, like those who want to experiment, I feel like that's also a one thing where finding, ako na yung nagtatanong ng questions, no? But because like I'm curious also, like yes, finding the niche is very important. I do like that, but also like right now, I find that the content I used to post over the pandemic will not do the same or do really
Oh, for
well.
Because people, even your
Sure.
audience
Yeah.
is changing.
It's
They're growing.
It's all yeah. It's like the
Yeah.
audience in general, the
You know?
algorithm. Like what I think I mentioned this before that like when I started out TikTok, I wasn't speaking on my TikTok.
Yeah,
it was
and
like
now you're
transitions or
moving.
whatever, and then now it really became more of
Yeah.
like
I need to go down and see these transitions.
oh
Yes.
my gosh, no. But then
I
it became
wanna
that. It
see
became like
this.
more of like speaking to the camera, maybe mini vlogs. Like people are more interested in that
Yeah.
now, and I
And
sort
now
of like
it-
shifted into that. And
So you-
definitely when
yeah.
transitions don't do as well, I'll do it every now and then.
Yeah.
though.
So again, like
Little-
finding your niche is one thing, but also being able to experiment is also a thing that I feel like we should encourage. But
Yeah.
again,
And you know what?
staying true.
The moments
To you.
that I feel like I'm more willing to experiment are the times when my views are kind of down because I'm like, what's there to lose? Like, right? When you're too
My views
comfortable,
can't be going lower at
when
this
you're
point.
too, when
This
you're
is the
too
lowest it
comfortable
can
with how
be.
it's doing, you kind of don't want to change anything, and then that's when it becomes like not fun anymore, not creative because you're doing the same thing. You're just sort of like changing it a little bit, like
I think
changing
every
the brand or
post
whatever.
should be like, you know what I feel like really helped me on days where I feel like I really don't want or I'm not brave to put out content. Think, do you want to win the lotto? If you had an opportunity to win the lotto, would you want to win the lotto?
Who would?
I want to win the
Right.
I
lotto,
wanna
Jaz
win it.
Reyes.
You should think of posting content like every post is an lotto entry ticket.
Let me just archive half of my posts because they're so
No,
lame.
honestly, you have to think of it that way because when you started making content, you didn't. I'm pretty sure any one of us, you didn't know that video.
Yeah.
You're never
never
gonna
know.
know.
You never know.
Like,
Right?
my
You never know
one-
for sure.
My
That's-
2 viral videos on TikTok are the stupidest things
Exactly.
ever.
So I feel like if you treat and you're brave enough, and the thing is, it doesn't cost shit.
It's
It doesn't cost
free.
shit to fucking post, right? So if you
Unless
think,
you have a green screen.
I
and full
guess.
production.
but again, like you
Yes.
don't know which piece of content is gonna hit the jackpot. And if I had if I thought of it that way, that I had every single opportunity, every single day to hit the jackpot, I'm gonna try to want to hit that jackpot.
I love that.
That
You have to
is-
think of it that
That
way.
deserves a little clap.
Right? No, really, like
That's so true though.
think of it like I know a lot of people are kind of scared to bring like a content or a piece of content or they
But
think
I
that's
think
cringy.
we're losing the whole essence of what social media,
Mm.
like why these platforms were created, and like I've
I
slowly
think you
come,
define it. You define how you want to use the
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
how you want to do it.
right.
but like in essence, in terms of like posting, being creative, whatever. And I think even me, I've slowly come to terms with like my content might be a little different. It might not be what a lot of my like high school friends or like grade school, like people that are in this space might not get it. But this is me. And I just don't give a fuck anymore.
I
know?
I think also for those who has like their own, I guess, page on Instagram or TikTok, whatever, and they feel bad about their following count. I can't stress enough about how useless the following count is for me, because like even me, when I'm looking for like the other day, I was making my Tinghun invitation, the logo and stuff like that, and I asked people to send me profiles of artists, right? And when I find an artist that has a profile where on their Instagram where it's kind of messy in a sense that it's a mix of their life plus their work and like I can't really find or pinpoint exactly
Like what's going on?
what's the art style.
This
what's
has to be
the
bleeped out. I don't want to see any of your fucking party shit.
But yeah, when I see that, I
Don't want to see it.
I actually take them out of my list in my
yeah,
radar.
like you're not considering them
Yeah,
anymore.
and they might have like a more following. And then when I see an artist,
I love a little
profile-
small creator that's
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's like
it's like I love
very
supporting smaller
curated.
brands, and it's,
Yeah, and that's the one I actually saved and would want to hire in the future. So, like again, it's really not about the counts. I mean, you stay true to the craft. You stay true to that thing that you want to define yourself as. I feel like that will get you the gig. That will get you the job. So for those content creators that really, because there's a lot there. There's a lot that want to be like, oh, I want to be like this, or I want to actually earn from this thing, but how? And that's always the question: how? Another question is how much you charge. Like that's another question.
that's like
I get
another
often.
episode.
Yeah, but you know what the best advice is I got when I started hosting. I would host for one experience, just experience. I would spend money to host things back when I was a college
even creating
student.
content is
Yeah.
sometimes like
I spent money. what was
Her
I remember.
Valentine's
No. I remember a Cetaphil content where it's like I squeeze the bottle, it becomes like the sunblock becomes an umbrella. I spent
Probably
maybe
more.
like 40% of the budget.
Okay, 40%.
40% of what they're paying me to an artist that I can collab with to make that
Yeah.
CG graphic. And I was like, I don't care. I just want to see this happen.
Yeah.
No, sometimes
Yeah.
like if
I put your money,
I
sort of, like,
put money
investing
on a
into-
Yeah.
team because
But
I'm
look
like,
how
I
it-
want this video to
But
be
look
fucking
how you light
epic.
up when you talk about it versus
Exactly.
other brands where
Yeah.
it's like you don't know.
And that's
right?
what I think
I love
at the
it.
end of the day, that's what we really have to remember. And like burnouts do happen.
Yeah.
But we really have to remember why we
Yeah.
started in this industry.
Passion and purpose.
No, for
Yeah.
sure. Like, so
And it's still so fun. Like I
Yeah.
know there are like some hardships, but I would not trade this world for anything else.
but then it gets you even more stuff. So after that Cetaphil thing, they looped me in for 2 more months. But then I was like, stop. Like, there's just too much. Let's just do one more and then let's pause and let's go because it's too much. Like
it's giving
I was telling-
endorser.
it's giving
girl.
fatigue. So I was like, let's just make him miss you a little bit. And even like with the hosting, like I started out hosting for free, then hosting for gift certificates. Then I would just host if I knew that Sam YG was my co-host because I wanted to be able to see how he worked. So there's a lot of things in the background where it's like really like I just want to try it. I just want to feel how it is. And then until now, that's what I do now. Because of the experience, because of those sacrifices before, you get to this point in your life. So I feel like there is also a lot of things behind the scenes that maybe a lot of people don't know about.
For sure.
Content creating. And if you feel like investing in it is not worth it, I would like to say that it is, as long as it is helping you grow and you are happy while you're doing it, right? And it's not gonna break the bank and you're not gonna like
Yeah.
kick yourself out.
Yeah,
Of
just
course.
try to find a good, sustainable way with it. You know.
Yeah.
So
Wait, that
was
so
amazing.
Oh my God, was it really?
yeah,
I feel like
I love that. I
do
feel like
we
that's
need-
like
yeah.
such a good piece of advice.
What
to
other
share.
advice? Like, yeah, let's give the people advice.
Give the
And
people what they want.
slice of apple pie as well.
Do you want one?
We're actually gonna play a game.
Oh my God, let.
Guys, we're gonna play a game.
And it's called Jaz Say Yes or Jaz Say No.
She
Let's
already
go.
said yes.
She already said yes. Okay, so
I was like-
How do we play this game?
basically you're just gonna say yes or no.
There, okay.
It's pretty simple.
You have to like
Okay.
a content
Just say
creator,
yes.
guys.
Yeah.
Collaborating with brands you like, even if the pay is not good or doesn't meet your usual rate.
Just say yes.
Just say yes.
Just say yes. Jazz say yes for me.
yes. We've done
I've
that.
done that a lot. A lot.
Meron nga walang
Too many-
bayad
Yeah.
eh. Ako pagagastos.
Like for the outfit.
Too many times.
Hindi
But,
lang outfit. The
but the thing
crew.
is-
Everything, yeah.
If I know they don't have the budget, I'll do it. If they're not giving me money and they have the budget and the PR company is just keeping all the money,
You won't do it.
I won't
Yeah.
because you know, I think at this point you sort of know
Who
what a
has?
basic range for a post should be, depending on the product, depending on the
100K
company.
per post daw sabi ni Liam.
Only.
Only.
Minimum.
Minimum. Net ha? Net. Joke lang.
And that's
Oh,
for
yeah,
one
yeah.
storyline.
Mon, is that true? But yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
But know your worth. Know your
Know your
worth.
worth.
Yeah, yeah.
Know when you're being.
You know, you have to use your brain. Contrary to popular belief,
Yeah.
we use our minds sometimes. Yeah.
Not following another creator on social media, even if you have worked together.
Just say yes.
Just say yes.
I'm kind of like that.
It doesn't mean that.
It's
You
not
guys
I
are
don't like the person. Definitely not. Don't take it the wrong way. But also if we don't have like a formal interaction.
That's
with each
true.
other.
Like you don't feel like you're at least acquaintances.
Yeah.
Like
or really
some
friends.
people will follow me first, and if I don't follow them back, then follow me, and I'm like, I don't
Somebody
think I
did that to
follow-
Liam 10 times in a row.
to multiple
Sino?
creators.
Reveal.
Yeah, to
multiple
multiple
creators.
Oh
creators.
my
Sorry.
God.
Liam was like, "Who's this person?" And I was like, "I met him at blank." And then he's
Because
like,
you followed him.
"Because I was being nice, because I was actually introduced to him."
So
and he messaged.
so you said yes, right? Or no?
I said just say yes because they're people that I don't really follow if I'm not like friends with them. But then there are times I also get pressured to follow.
Well, if I met them like 3-4 times, then I would always like talk.
Yeah.
The more I
Yeah.
get to talk to them in an
But
event and
also,
stuff like
like,
that, yeah.
Just because I don't follow you doesn't mean we're not friends. Doesn't mean you can't talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't think a follow equals a friendship. I also just want to follow certain people that keeps me inspired. Like it's not all
And
work.
that's
Yeah.
true. Like I always say, your feed is something that you really have to take note of, and how you consume content is
Like I
actually
want to see all the beautiful Italian models.
yeah.
that
But then
I
how you
follow.
consume content is actually just as important as how you create your content. For me,
Exactly.
because the way you consume content, that's what's gonna be always surrounding you. And so you have to be very mindful of this, how long you stay at the post, how you zoom in on a post.
Yeah.
Where you
Also,
zoom in on
if
a
I
post.
follow you and don't
That-
like your content, you're probably already muted. So just don't even try and
Wait, have you guys
expect
ever
to,
had
like-
someone that like doesn't follow?
Yes.
Have you ever had someone who doesn't follow you but like likes your posts and like actually replies to your stories and comments and everything, but they just never followed you? That is so weird.
I don't know because I don't check.
No,
I don't
so,
know
like,
'cause I
that
don't
person
check.
doesn't follow.
I think
No, that's
Gabbie's
happened with
fan base is
me.
just on a different level.
No, not fan. As in like a fellow creator,
Oh, okay, yeah.
a big one.
And then
Likes
he
my
doesn't.
stuff. She comments even. Sometimes
just
she'll
know.
even reply.
Oh my god, you know who does us? This has to
Doesn't
be
follow me.
bleeped out.
Really?
Dad.
Damn.
No, he likes like my old pictures and will
Stalking. Kidding. Like she literally
No.
she likes my posts, she comments even, she replies to stories even, she doesn't follow. And I'm like, if you don't know, how are you seeing my stories?
I don't know. Also,
Right? How are you seeing my stories? How are you seeing my posts?
That's so weird.
stories are different because
Unless-
stories you have
unless-
to really
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
Unless it's-
yeah.
Using her account accidentally.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Ayoko, wala ako sasabihin dito.
Next.
But yeah, like if you don't, it's fine. It's not that serious. Like
Also,
online life
comment is
versus
not that
real life.
serious. It doesn't mean you're friends. Like I comment on like random,
Yeah.
like
I
just
comment.
don't take it
I'm also a
seriously.
liker.
I
so I
know.
like a lot of people's
The
Same
thing is,
stuff.
I'm
just
not
there
a
to
liker.
support.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to like some.
Or
I,
the
I
opposite.
always because yeah. No, I think it's because I'm a saver.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm a saver. I am a super saver. Like I love save posts, but I never like
Can you
posts.
save my first
But then I will save and
Thank
share.
you.
But then like that's a thing also. If I see a friend and I know it's a sponsored post, I will find a way
I always
to like,
engage.
to comment. And
Oh,
not
yeah.
only just comment once, comment twice.
Yeah.
Like I'll separate my comments because
Yeah.
that's how you know that.
And
girl,
you
I
know what?
It's
I'll
like
be
that.
responding
It's like that.
twice.
Yeah.
I'm actually a
Yeah.
liker.
I'm a
You're
liker.
That's your
Cause-
No, but I need to
Because likes
stop
are
liking
seen,
because
right?
sometimes I like.
Likes are seen. So I'm like, oh, I don't want people to think that like, oh, I have a crush on them because I only like theirs. I'm like, I like everyone's.
Okay, I need to be more like that. I
Wait,
feel like.
okay.
Also to
Bleep
support.
the name, but you know what's really weird? He doesn't comment on pictures anymore. No, but right, she used to
She tries
comment
not
on
to
everyone.
say
Also, okay, wait.
Next
Anyway.
question is coming.
Actively responding to comments on your posts to boost engagement and visibility on others' feeds.
Just say
Say
yes.
yes.
I'm sorry. And also, it's like, it's not even about like also boosting it. Like, I'm just not being a little snobby. Like, I just want to
Yeah.
reply. When I'm online, I will.
And I think my followers like it when I respond, and it shows that they're being seen. You know, and I feel like this is the whole point to interact with people.
Yeah.
You know, and I think
Do you
People
wanna
like
do you
that.
wanna hack? So when you post, especially on the reel, whatever you
the
post,
first 15 minutes.
the first 45 minutes. First 45 minutes, comment. Right? There are people who does say na first hour you can just let it be and then reply after the first hour.
Really?
Reply to every
I
single
do it
one
the
of them.
first 15 to 30
And this is the
minutes.
thing.
Yeah, I do like 15 to
Hard-
20.
Liking a comment, that's already +1 engagement. Comment on the comment, that's another. So you can, if you want to boost, just a hack. You can like first 15, 30 minutes. Go back to it maybe after
Oh, another
2 hours.
boost.
Reply to reply to it. That's another
Ooh,
boost.
We love a hack.
For reels, you continue the replying on the reel. It goes, the engagement is still alive, quote unquote, first 2 weeks. First 2 weeks. So even if your post is like 2 weeks old, you're thinking I'm not gonna reply to the fucking comment.
I respond
Interact
to
in the
everyone.
fucking reel. Because there's a lot of reels that pop off after the second week mark. So if your post doesn't do well in the first, because I think I had a post where it's like, yeah, it's alright. And then for some reason,
It just hits.
2 months after.
It hits one
No, yeah, it's like
person who then shares it, and
Yeah.
then it just
It blows up.
continues.
Yeah. So like don't
We
ever
never
delete.
know.
Don't delete it.
Delayed
Just take it out of your
explosion.
feed. Don't delete it. Take it
Oh,
off your
oh.
feed.
Always
don't like
take
it,
it off the feed.
Because I know you. I know you edit, like when you post a carousel photo, you're like, I'm not vibing with this. You can also delete it and change it, right? For the reels, if you're not vibing with it anymore in the
Just remove
feed,
it from your
just
feed.
remove it from the feed.
Keep
Do
it
not
there.
delete the freaking
Okay, don't
video.
delete.
Don't fucking delete it. Yeah. And it's still reply 2 weeks. So that's, yeah. Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
that's such a good
Hack.
jazz.
Right?
jazz
Just
hack.
hack. Like,
Jazz
I'm just
hack.
thinking what
Jazz
other
hack.
hacks. So like. That's one thing. Or you can comment, and then maybe next day like.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do that.
Purr.
Accepting a collaboration or guest invite to save yourself from editing and creating content.
You know, people have done
I
this,
say
especially as a model, and I think not all models are content creators. You know, and so I find it sometimes a little disrespectful, just because I did the job as a model,
Uh-huh.
but now they're expecting me to post,
Yeah.
or like I'll shoot and they'll be like, "Oh, you're gonna post this, right?"
I don't like it when it feels like you're being used.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
But-
and it's like, well, I charge, so
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to like be rude about it, but also like they're two separate jobs. If you're gonna get me to do both,
Yeah.
then it should be in my contract.
I'm okay
You know?
with it if the person that I'm collaborating with actually collaborated.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like,
Like they participated in
Yeah.
making the content.
so Samsung, right? Will and I were in the same trip. Will always, like when he sees me, he's like, let's just make a post again.
Oh, no,
but
but
I don't
that's-
feel like Will is using me, right?
Yeah,
It always, like when I ask him, what do you feel like you want to add into this? And he'll be helpful with that. I don't mind doing all the heavy work, like, because I prefer doing it myself anyways. And then we just
he
collaborate.
just looks pretty,
Yeah. He just looks, literally, Will just looks pretty in all our collaborative reels.
and it works.
And again, like if he needs me to help out with him, let's do it. That's okay.
no, but
but
it's
that
different
with
when
you,
it's like,
Where it's like you do all the work, they didn't even ask.
yeah,
And they'll be like, oh my God, this is so cute. Can you just tag?
yeah.
Can you just
you know,
leave?
it's like
That's what you reply. Can you just like
I think it's separating the modeling. I think it's specifically like the modeling.
Yeah.
It's like modeling and content.
ganun sila? Kailang, like, meron ganon. It's like that.
That's annoying.
Sorry, hindi tayo models.
Like-
Like, we should, like,
I can
I'm
relate,
like
but it's
learning.
No, but the thing is, they don't collab post with everyone.
Only with you.
Yeah,
So they're leeching.
yeah.
No to leechers. Like, if you're gonna collaborate, I say they need to.
No, and also
Be
just ask
collaborative.
first, you know, and like, you know, if you ask, I'm always down to help and support.
No, yeah.
You know, but if you just do it in a sneaky way, that's when I get annoyed. You know, but like always ask, like, again, I'm not the biggest, I'm not even like I'm always down to do stuff as long as there's some benefit to me, but it can't just benefit
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense, you know? And if you're gonna collab post, let me choose the fucking pictures.
Oh, yes.
Let me pick the pictures.
Yes, please. Yes,
like it's
please.
not that hard.
You're here.
And like I'm cute and you chose this picture makes no fucking sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Period.
Still feeling self-conscious in front of a camera, even if you're a content creator.
Oh,
Just say yes. It happens. It still happens sometimes.
Like, for sure, especially in like a public arena.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You're not the one filming, like someone else is filming it.
Yo.
and you also
have your own videos,
Yo.
right?
and you have to look good like from all angles. You don't know where these cameras are coming
Yeah.
from.
you know, I don't
know, these
care if I
eyes.
don't look good in a video. Like, I don't care. As long as I get, like, with my stuff, I don't have to look pretty. That's for me, Like, I don't give a heh. But it's more, sorry, I cussed a lot. But like, I just want to make the transition or the point of the video
Get
look
it
good.
right,
That's what I
That's
care
your
more
priority.
about. Yeah. Like, well, a lot of some of my stuff that's a little bit more creative, like I have to jump and stuff like that.
Well, I
I
think
don't
there's
need
just
to.
little things you can do to help that. So, like, I think, for example, like good lighting, good styling, like just work on those things.
Or you know what?
And you can't really-
Sunnies.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
I always have sunnies.
there's
That's actually
certain
true.
there's
Even on a
certain
bad
things that
day.
you really can't
I
do,
know.
and like wear a cap or something,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
you
So
can
it's okay
figure
to
it
be
out,
conscious.
you know.
It
Yeah.
happens. It still happens.
It's
There's
okay.
still days when you are.
It's
more
okay to be
But also,
conscious.
you know
H&M
what?
is conscious, charot.
Plug.
Diba may H&M conscious,
Yeah, they
label.
really are.
Yeah.
No,
diba?
and I actually really love their sustainability things, and I actually like where
love it.
they're
No,
more
no.
sustainability lines because I
No.
think it's better
I
for the
love it.
environment and everything, and like you can donate and stuff.
Thank you,
Stuff that's
H&M.
really nice.
Charot. Hindi.
Okay,
I like these questions.
right? No, like you said that at the end, but we love playing games because it's just we always say we're not going to explain, and then we explain anyway. But it's a fun way to like get
Opinions
opinions
out there.
out there.
I think
you know?
all our opinions are quite aligned. We're aligned in our values. I don't think we'll be friends if our values aren't aligned anyways. Yeah. Even though iPhone user si Gabbie. Hindi, okay lang. No, it's fine. I will pull you to the dark side. To the dark side.
No, honestly,
Put it to the Android
I
side.
love a good Samsung. You know what's so iconic? Last story, I think, to end it. We were at the Gucci Encore dinner, and you clipped it to your Gucci bag, and you made
Wait,
the screensaver
that was-
Gucci.
Yeah.
It's still in my photo dump.
I fucking
It's
love it.
Fucking iconic.
Wait, okay, so not Samsung related, but Gucci dinner related. When Jazz used her braids as the strap for
Love
the
it.
bag.
I was like, this
I
is
can
it.
never forget.
Imagine fancy dinner. We're like, oh my god, this is a historic moment. Blackbird has been
Sabato.
rented out, and then Jaz Reyes is in the banyo for 30 minutes. Comes out, her braids, and then her bag is like, attached to her.
Iconic.
face.
But look, like
That was so good.
Alessandro Michele is like a wacky, wild card motherfucking designer. Like, he inspires me to think of stuff like that.
That's
Like,
why you follow him and not mute.
Yeah. I mute a lot of people. I mute
Okay,
a lot.
so we've been yapping for a while.
But do you have anything
How,
else you
yeah,
want
like
to
what's
say?
your like final words from the Jaz Reyes herself?
Oh no, this is so hard.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
You're
want to.
so
I don't want to end.
speechless.
Yeah, I don't want to end
Grab it.
this. I don't know.
You always have something clever up your sleeve.
do. Well, sleeveless.
Sleeveless
na
siya
ngayon eh.
today. So,
I think I said what I feel like could be brought out. I do feel like everybody is creative in their own right.
Love you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think everybody's creative in their own right. You can find inspo everywhere, and if there's a time to disconnect, I feel like that is so helpful in your craft. Like, online life is just one thing. Don't take it too
Sorry, this song is so
seriously.
sad.
I know. Like, it was like, is someone passing away? Like,
Like this is like getting so emotional.
like the song got really emotional when it's Jazz's final words.
or like,
for
I
some
think
reason.
maybe like maybe some people are finding like the space is so saturated that I'm gonna really lean onto this, you guys. I feel like a lot of people think that the online space is so saturated and they can't find where to put themselves. But remember that someone out there is looking for you. Someone out
That's
there
actually really good.
is waiting
love that.
for you.
I didn't listen to
And
anything, so I'm just gonna hear it
some-
back when I listen to the episode.
and
Right.
somewhere- And somewhere out there is just waiting for you to pop off.
I think that's how we're gonna end it, guys.
We need to kumbaya.
Tell them to follow you.
Jazz.
Guys,
Oh,
follow
yeah.
Jazz. Follow Jazz, you guys, on Instagram, TikTok, wherever.
Underscore Jaz Reyes. 1Z. No E on the Jasmine. And a lot of
What?
tea. Hindi ko na alam eh.
Yeah.
Underscore at underscore Jaz Reyes.
Yeah.
I think
So
they'll find
But like you don't have to if you don't want to.
yeah,
That's
they
what
want
we
to
said also.
no, but they
You
want
don't
like,
have to if you don't want
We're
to.
also like
unless
no
you don't want your feet to be
pressure.
blessed with her creative
I
prowess.
thank you. Pero parang if you can't handle it, wag na lang.
Go straight to
Charot,
her old,
charot, joke.
go straight to her old videos and share
No.
it.
Boosted up.
Please wag.
Just
No, it's
a
a safe.
sponsored
It's a
one.
safe space. It's a safe space. So we love.
So thanks for joining us. And we had so much fun with you.
Yeah.
So much fun. And so much food and drinks.
Thank
Oh,
you,
hindi pa ako
Naughty's
naka-apple
Kitchen.
pie.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
right,
we're
she's
gonna
gonna
say
try
bye
them.
now because we need to get Jazz a slice of apple crumble. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you again. Hear us again next week.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.